kingdom. The emperor himself was in deep love with painting, and he asked the painters, "I want to declare one of you the master painter of my empire. You are going to be my guest and you have to paint. I will come to see your paintings, and whichever painting proves to be the best, the painter will become the part of my royal court and the master painter of the whole empire with many rewards." Thousands of the painters participated in this competition. One old painter said to the king, "It will take at least 3 years for me to complete the painting, and I have few conditions. While I am making the painting, nobody should enter into my house. I do not want anybody to see the incomplete painting. When the painting is complete, I will invite you." The king said, 3 years, this is too much. The painter said, "Then I can get out of the competition. 3 years is nothing. You do not know what I am going to paint." Reluctantly, the emperor agreed. Some of the painters finished their work in 1 week, others in 2 weeks, and at the most of them finished in 4 weeks. But the king was not satisfied. He was waiting for the old man, because without seeing his painting, he cannot declare his judgment. After 3 years, the old man came and asked the emperor, "Now the painting is complete. You are welcome." He was painting in king's palace itself. He had been given a beautiful place which was guarded 24 hours a day so that nobody should enter for 3 years. Let the painter do his work unhindered and uninterfered with. The emperor was waiting for 3 years. It is a long time, and he was old, and he was afraid that perhaps death may come before it is a long time, and he was old, and he was afraid that perhaps death may come even before that. But fortunately, he was still alive. With great wonder in his heart, he entered the palace where the painter has done his work. He had painted on a whole wall of the palace a beautiful forest with a small river flowing and a small footpath going into the deep forest and disappearing into the mountains as he had painted. The king could not believe his eyes. It was almost miraculous, magical. He was in awe. After a long time, he asked the painter only one question. The king was in awe, and after a long silence, he asked the painter only one question. "I am very much interested in that little footpath that goes around the forest. It seems sometimes around the mountains and then disappears. Where does it go? This is the question of seeker. 3 years in waiting was enough to create the seeker in him, to arouse the seeker in him. I am very much interested in this little footpath that goes around the forest, is seen sometimes around the mountain and then disappears. Where does it go? The painter said, there is no other way to know unless you walk on it. The king completely forgot that it was only a painting. He was so overwhelmed by the beauty that he took the hand of the painter in his hand, and they both walked on the path and disappeared into the mountains. They have not returned yet. This is the way of a mystic. This is the way of a master. And for you, this is the way of Ram, Krishna, Buddha, Prophet and Jesus. It disappears into the existence never to return. The scientist remains always an outsider, speculating, dissecting, analyzing, but is not part of what he is doing. He is just a neutral, objective observer. The mystic is not an observer. The mystic joins the dance. He dances with the trees. He dances in the rain. He dances with the peacocks too. He sings song with Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, the birds, and slowly merges and melts into existence. He does not demystify it. Instead, he makes it more mysterious. He glorifies the existence, gives it its splendor and the majesty. He makes it the most profound orgasmic experience. The mystic is a lover, not a knower. His path is of love, not of knowledge. Love is his God, not logic. Through his love he has come to realize 3 things: the truth, the godliness of the existence, and the tremendous beauty. The unbelievable poetry, the songs of the silence, the music without the songs. Only the mystic knows without any knowing. The science has knowledge but knows nothing. Albert Einstein said to his friends before dying, if there is another life, I would not like to be a scientist or a physicist again. It has been a sheer wastage. I have known so much, but I know nothing about myself. What is the use of all this knowledge? My inner world remains dark, and I have been watching faraway stars and galaxies and the nebulas, and I have not looked at myself. Only a man of tremendous intelligence can see the point. Albert Einstein did not die with contentment, but with a deep frustration and disappointment. The world may think that he is one of the greatest, most successful men, perhaps the greatest scientist that has ever walked on the earth. But ask him. He has missed all that is beautiful. He has missed all that is divine. He has missed all that makes life rejoicing. The mystic's concern is create is to create a song in your heart and a dance in your feet and a joy that never fades in your very being. Therefore, remember these three words. They are the most beautiful words ever uttered by anyone, and they reveal the very essence of the ultimate reality, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Satyam, Shivam, Sundram. In fact, this is what Ram means to me. His very presence creates a song